Hi, my name is Alicia Hopkins, and I am doing an interview for the DoDD Community Ambassadors on the topic. Like, everyone communicates, and when people have the right tools that they can communicate, and they have the right supports that they can communicate. And so I'm interviewing Amy and Duke, or just share first names only, just for for the sake of their privacy. So they're both from um, like Southwest Ohio,
hmm
and so I um, so the first question I have is, um, have you guys ever heard of supported decision making? Amy, can you go first?
Yeah, I think I heard something about that.
Likewise.
How about you, Duke?
Yes, I have definitely multiple times.
Okay. So I'll just share a little bit for like my audience and everything. Smart decision making is like more like when you have like a you have like a group of people or one person that you go to like for advice about everyday life. Like some people
hmm
like will go to people like for advice about like just like say they want to buy some shoes or something, and
Right,
they will go to them for advice about buying those shoes, like which pair is better. and
right.
and so like some people have people they go to for like small decisions like buying shoes, or
hmm
sometimes they have people they go to for like larger decisions like planning a trip
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah.
And that the people basically
Decision making.
they they basically will give the person advice, but ultimately that person still decides like the
hmm
final like thing, like where they're going to travel to, all the details of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yep.
So okay. So have you ever do you know what AAC is? Augmentative alternative communication.
I think I've heard of it before.
Yeah.
Have you ever like interacted with anyone who uses AAC, or like an alternative form of communication like ASL or picture exchange communication cards, or AAC?
I think, I think at that one Visionaries and Voices auction, but I don't know which one. And there was a guy that was using like a speak pad, and he talked about his life and how proud he is of like how far he's gone with his art and everything.
And I regularly attend visionary voices where somebody uses sign language.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so um, so I personally use an AAC device often. Um, so I have a condition called dystonia, and it causes like my speech to go out sometimes. And I also have autism, so I use it like to not like burn out. But
hmm
I use AAC to like so I just kind of like have a way to communicate. Like it's helped me
Right.
personally to be able to have a way to communicate when I'm not like feeling great,
Right.
or when I'm here, so I don't burn out and stuff. And so
Yeah.
I use a program called like Prologue to Go, and it has like all kinds of stuff like programmed into it. It's like
hmm
full keyboard and everything. So some
It's
people
kind of
like
like an
use AC.
That
extension.
Some people use AC where like it's pictures. Like this one, I
hmm
can actually like program like people's names into it. Like I actually have like Duke, I have your name programmed into it actually.
Yes.
Like for example, actually have it in here. But yeah, I have
Yay.
your name in your picture
There's
like
me.
programmed into my iPad. So like I can say somebody's name if I like need to,
Mm,
but I also have like things like places to go, food I want. An emergency, I can, push a button to tell somebody that I need my medication. It's actually kind of
Mm-hmm.
cool. But it also gives me like choices and stuff too when I have a day where I'm not as able to communicate. And but there are a lot of people that use these devices oops, every single day to communicate. And like, it's really important to like include people in spaces and give time for people to communicate too,
Mm-hmm.
everything. But I just want to ask, do you believe that when people have the right and a confident feel that might use these devices or have sign language that they can, use sign language that they can,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they can make their own decisions and communicate what they need.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
I like that.
Do you think that like there's not many resources on ASC? Hold on a second. Okay. So um what tools or technology do you use to help you communicate in advocacy spaces?
I use my phone.
I'd say my phone, verbal, and sometimes writing too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So can you say that again for me? Sorry.
For me, sorry, it's cutting in and out.
I use my
Yeah, go
phone.
ahead, Amy, say it again. What
Okay,
tools do you use?
I'd say verbal, writing, and phone.
Likewise.
Okay, so you guys don't use any like other apps or anything? Do you
We
guys
don't.
use anything like note taker, reader?
I know I have like notes like on
Mm.
my
Things
iPad. I
like
have.
that.
Sorry, it cut out again.
Okay. I can still hear you. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Um, do you have you ever been in a space with someone who uses like I already asked you that, sorry.
Yeah,
Let's see here. Do you think that people who use alternative forms of communication can be active in their care planning and advocating for their needs?
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely, yeah. If they have the power to communicate by other means, then so be it and go for it.
When I a couple of years ago, I tried to advocate to get art into my care plan,
Mm-hmm.
and people were like, well, "What do you expect people to do with that?" And I was like, "Well, I paint and then I talk about it. That's how I communicate." But they
Right,
thought it was just me painting and people looking at my art, interpreting it. And I'm like, "No, I use it to communicate." But I think art is a great form of communication. What do you think?
Yeah. I communicate in that way too, or even with music.
Yeah, music is a good one. Can you talk about that a little more?
Especially like I know if I'm having like an overstimulating moment, I know that music has been able to like
mm-hmm.
calm me down. I feel like it communicates to me to like go and be in chill mode.
Yeah, chill mode. For me, it's just laying in my bed and just chilling and letting out a big sigh when I'm overstimulated. I just like to lay down and
Okay.
go,
Yeah. Do you think Medicaid should cover like assisted technology, AC devices, or other speech generating devices for people?
Yes.
Domber agrees.
Yeah, like right now it's very limited, but there's a senator from Hudson area that is creating a bill. It's called the Right to Communicate bill, and he wants
Mm-hmm.
Medicaid to pay for AC devices and speech generated devices. And so what do you guys think about that? Do you think it's something that is like you would support?
I would support
I would
that.
support that.
I would definitely pray for it to be passed.
Okay.
Yep. Pass that
Um,
bill. You know what to
yeah,
do. Pass it.
yeah.
Pass it through.
So, October is AAC Awareness Month, and I plan to do some events for that and everything to raise awareness. Like I'm gonna do an art show and a few other things. But
Cool.
I guess my challenge too is like this, if you can try to like you can try to like work on including people that may use alternative forms of communication like ASL or AAC, or might need like accommodations like with documents like braille reader format or something, things like that, other or RTF, TXT or something. When you put like alternative text on Facebook, you're making that we gotta work to like make spaces more inclusive and accessible for people that might communicate differently. Because like, how many people that are AAC users do you see in your advocacy circles?
Not very many.
Right? Do you
I
see
think
any?
I remember when you taught me about the ALT thing.
Amy?
Huh?
Oh, the alt text, yeah.
Yeah, I remember when you taught
Yeah.
me to create that little video for me, and I started doing that.
Yeah, just by adding alt text to your photos on Facebook, you make them accessible for the blind community, everything. So, but all around, I'm just trying to help, like, raise awareness about, bringing more people that communicate in different ways to our advocacy spaces, and like making content accessible, and making space for people that communicate in different ways, because we need to, but also advocating for accessibility for people too, and like the Medicaid bill, for example, that's a good way to like help people get devices in more people's hands, and create a way that they can participate and everything too. But thanks for talking to me and everything, and I'm excited about this. And if you want a copy of the video, let me know. I'm gonna stop the recording.
Okay.
Numbers is high, but I kind of